We would be remiss if we did not talk about the class wallet situation.
We needed one-stop shop for families to go to. Last one standing was Class Wallet.
Fiscal Review didn't find out about this grant contract until November 13th when it was published in Chalkbeat. Do you think that that's acceptable?
What we were looking at is when does this grant contract, need to be executed so that children can be in seats in August. We would want to engage thoroughly with the legislature and apologize for that.
What legislative authority moved the start date back?
Did you make that decision?
I think there were lots of conversations around that decision. So as commissioner, I am certainly responsible for the decision, yes.
How does $750,000, which was approved by the legislature, turn into $6,328,750? And where in the world did you get this money?
So we took about $1.5 million of Career Ladder, an expiring program.
What legislative authority did you have to do that?
I'll have to refer to my colleagues over at the Department of Finance and Administration.
Why doesn't someone go get someone from the Department of Finance and Administration? The Fiscal Review asked 5 different times, why did it take your department 3 months to respond?
It sounds like a follow-up should have been made.
And is it fair to say that it was $4,850,000 because if it was $5 million or more, you would have had approval from the comptroller's office?
No, that threshold wasn't something that entered the discussion.
Any contract resulting from such an award that should otherwise be provided on a competitive basis. They did not do an RFP. They did not go through fiscal review. They did not issue an actual contract.
I voted for the ESA bill. I have probably regretted that vote more than any vote I've taken. The way the board was left unopened looked sketchy. Didn't look good. No big contract that goes out. And what almost looked like you found a vendor and then collectively got together and said, let's come up with a contract. We appropriated certain funds, wasn't enough. So they said, hey, there's a pot of money over here called Career Ladder. And we robbed teachers' pay. I don't know about y'all, but I have teachers where I'm from who aren't paid enough right now. That's peeing on my leg and telling me it's warm rain. I can't stress to you how bad that looks for us. We started off wrong in the legislature. We handed over to y'all, and it's not gotten better. If we throw away our integrity and say we're going to accomplish this noble idea regardless of what it costs, then maybe it wasn't a noble idea. Because the truth is there's more than one vendor who can do what we've asked them to do.
We actually didn't find anyone except this one, my understanding, who could perform this. What I do want to own as a department is the communications. That is something that is totally on the department, and I will take responsibility for.
There were literally so few providers for that very specific need. I voted for the bill, and I don't have a problem with it.
This is why you do RFPs, because we have no paper trail.
The constituents are not calling you all. They're calling us.
You know, I voted for the ESA legislation, and I don't regret it one bit. For us to use terms like rob, sketchy, and to make other accusations is unacceptable and is beneath the legislature.
The purpose for this hearing is not to debate the validity of whether it was a great bill we voted for or against or anything like that. What we're talking about are the finances, and we have a constitutional obligation of oversight to make sure that the monies are being spent properly. When they ask for $750,000 and then spend $2.5 million without telling us, and when fiscal review asks for months for details on the financials and gets no response whatsoever till after it's already issued, those are real problems. Did your office even review this contract?
We did not review this contract for merit.
That is why we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Was it not your previous testimony, ma'am, that the comptroller had approved your contract?
All I saw when I pulled the approvals was that the comptroller's office had approved it. I think that both of us are correct in this case.
So everybody's just talking to each other, approving each other, and then everybody's okay. Based on the testimony you've heard today, does it give you pause that they decided in the Department of Education to go with a grant versus an actual contract?
The pause definitely came as I reached out to confirm that I understood why this was a grant contract.
We have to answer to our constituents about how we're spending their money.
I'm trying to get y'all to understand it doesn't look good.
Things that transpired in Texas
part of your history, it just creates another cloud of suspicion for us.
We're going to come up with a significantly heftier amount than we are currently investing for our students in public schools.
We're going to build a bridge, and this isn't the best example, but the user of the bridge are the people who are going to be driving over the bridge, but the state has to build the bridge. So for us to say that, that the production and the building of this program is the end user of the state is, in my opinion, is not correct. We could have communicated better. I promise you, I have to tell things to my wife multiple times a week. I could have communicated that better. I am not seeing a smoking gun here.
I don't believe everyone is being completely transparent when Fiscal Review requested very routine information and never received one response. That's unacceptable. There has been a formal request made for all documents, emails, and otherwise that will be able to show and prove due diligence that was done on the class wallet, because you said they were the only one that could do it. So we look forward to reading that next week so that we can continue this conversation.